and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you a soup that I have been wanting to make for a while. It's funny because as soon as I got the idea to make it, I started seeing it all over the internet the last week. I don't know why. I mean, yes, it's cold weather and everything, but there's so many different soups that they could be making, and for some reason, everybody is making Italian wedding soup. So I pretty much prepped most everything, but I did not yet prep the escarole. The reason is because I wanted you to see what the heck this looked like. It seems to be sort of an elusive leafy green that was really hard for us to find at the grocery store. This is what it looks like. I mean, it looks like a head of lettuce, right? But apparently it's got more of a stronger taste, a firmer leaf, sort of in the realm of kale, but not so strong, not so bitter. But it has more of that flavor. And I love kale. I love putting kale in soups. So that was my plan B, is if I couldn't find the escarole, I was gonna find some good looking kale. So to prep this, what you wanna do, chop up the escarole and put it in the colander, and then we'll rinse it off really, really good. If you have one of those huge salad spinners, use that. We have a smaller one, so I'd be doing it in batches, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So just cut off the end, put it aside, and just chop it into, you know, pieces that are gonna be good for a soup, bite-sized pieces. So I'm gonna kind of go through it this way first. Now I'm just gonna sort of rough chop across like this. So I find it's best to cut it first, then rinse it off, because now it's all loose. And we'll put it in our big colander and get the cold water going over here, and then just rinse it off. Okay, next step is we are going to grab some good olive oil and turn our big pot on medium to medium-high heat, about medium, and just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Put the good olive oil in the pan, let it start to heat up. Next we are going to add our mirepoix, which is chopped up onion, celery, and carrot. All right, so next step is we want to go ahead and put together our meatballs. So I have a pound of ground beef here in a bigger bowl, and I'm gonna move this over, and I've got all the different ingredients that we need to put together to then put into the meat and make the meatballs. So first we have chia, like, I don't know, gel, I guess you would call it. Let me grab a spoon so I can show you the reason we're using this, which is 1 tablespoon of chia seeds and 3 tablespoons of water. And then it's kind of a, you know, like a gel. It's because I don't have any eggs. I thought I had eggs in the fridge and we ate them all for breakfast a couple days ago, so this is what you can use to replace an egg in different recipes. And then I'm also gonna put in, this is about a tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise, because I wanted that eggy flavor, and then about a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. So I thought this with the kind of the chia egg will give it a richness that an egg, plus I was gonna put some cream in there anyway, would give the meatballs. Sometimes you have to improvise, so that's what I'm doing today. So in the recipe down in the description box, the recipe will say use an egg, but I'm showing you how to do it with this instead. So we've got this. I am gonna get my little spatch guy. So we're gonna put in this bowl here the cream and mayonnaise mixture. We're gonna put in this chia egg. We have some crushed up garlic. This is about 2 huge cloves or 3 regular size cloves of garlic, and I put them through the garlic press. So we're gonna put that in here. Get every little bit out. because we love the garlic. We are adding some breadcrumbs. There's about a cup of breadcrumbs in here. We're gonna add that. About a cup of microplaned, really light, lightly grated Parmesan cheese. You can see it's like snow. And about a half a cup or so of fresh parsley chopped up. All right, and then you just wanna mix that up into a fairly combined mixture that we can then add to the ground beef and make into meatballs. We've got the pound of ground beef, and we're gonna add this mixture to our bowl. And then we want to season with salt and pepper. Just to taste. I don't know how much to really tell you to put in here. Probably, I don't know, I probably put about a teaspoon of salt in, I would say. Use kosher salt or sea salt. And then I like a lot of pepper, so about half of that with pepper or so. And then we're gonna mix it all together, which the best way to do this is gonna be with our hands. So dig in and get these all incorporated. Okay, and go ahead and stir that up and get that sweating down. And you're going to cook these vegetables until they're tender, so about 10-15 minutes before we move on to the next step. All right, so let's start making some meatballs. So we want to just put some parchment paper down on a sheet pan or whatnot. And you just want to take a little bit and make little tiny meatballs. So this is gonna take some patience, but actually it's kind of fun to make the small ones. They, you know, go together really fast, and just try to be consistent with the sizing, you know. I bet like a teaspoon would work with this, but you can kind of tell, so. All right, so I'm back with my helper that you might have seen in another video when we made venison chili, Roman. So he helped me make the rest of the meatballs because, as you can see, they are very tiny, so you have to make like how many?
100.
Like 100 million of them. So we are done making them and we are ready to show you the next step. So our vegetables are all softened and it's time to add the chicken broth. So we have 8 cups of chicken broth, and that's, and then we also put 4 cups of water in there. So we're gonna go ahead and add that to the pot. And turn the heat up to medium high so we can get it nice and hot. You want to stir it for me, Roman? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just get that stirred up a bit. All right. And we'll let that heat up, and then we will be adding the meatballs. Back to the soup here, and it is boiling, so we're going to turn it down a bit. We're going to add our meatballs, but we don't want the broth to be boiling because they might break the meat up. We want them to gently cook in the soup broth. So I've got it down to medium heat, and we'll go ahead and grab the sheet of meatballs and just somehow coax them in there without messing them all up. Give it a little stir, and when they are done, they will begin to float in the soup. So we will let these go for about 10 minutes or so until they start to float. Now it's been about 10 minutes or so, and you can see that the meatballs are floating on the top. It looks amazing, smells amazing. So when this happens, it's time to put the escarole in. So we're gonna grab our colander of escarole and just grab handfuls of it and put it on top of the soup. We can go ahead and turn the heat off at this point, and we're just going to pile this all in here and push the escarole down into the soup with our spoon. Put that all in there. Just kind of gently push it down, trying not to upset the meatballs. We don't want to upset them, make them cry. So we'll just stir these. And you see how it just really wilts down in there very quickly, very delicately. And that's why we don't really need the heat on anymore. We are ready to plate up our soup and taste it. So we've got the soup in the bowl, we've added some ditalini pasta to the bowl, and we're adding a little more of the cheese. Roman thought we needed a bit more. We are going to have a group effort here, Franco and Roman, and we're gonna taste this soup. Yeah, we're recording right now.
We're recording. Alright, let's redo it. Redo it.
That's okay.
I didn't know.
That's okay. Go ahead and try. Whoa. So blow on the soup when you try it. You get some as well.
It's
I'm gonna
good.
have a little piece of escarole on there.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Look at all our spoons in
Right,
there.
there's one right there.
let's see if these meatballs are.
Where's mine? Is this mine? Where's this one? I like the meatballs.
I think I've lost my soup.
They're cooked very evenly.
Good. Yay! I think we have a successful wedding soup, so thank you for stopping by again. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.